I want to do a lot of things. For example, I want to be a secretary, or at least try to get in the field. When I came, I wanted to be a secretary, and from being a secretary to wanting to be a doctor, I think that's a big jump.
I want to go to Army. I want to be like in the Marines, Armies, or something. I want to be in the Special Forces.
Because of the Met, yeah, I'm allowed and I'm going to have a better future, you know what I'm saying?
I know I want to study something and you know, be somebody someday. I really noticed that that's my passion. I really noticed that being at the courtrooms and listening to these different trials is something that interests me.
The 3 students chosen for learning journeys were videotaped as freshmen and then again as seniors. Through the experiences of Juan, Risa, and Priscilla, you get a better understanding of the Met. And you can decide how well we succeeded in preparing these students for college and the real world.
Well, I like the Met environment, which is like an adult environment and hands-on education, and what you do is based on your interest. I think that staying with the same advisor for 4 years is the highlight of the Met and the way it's structured, due to the fact that you learn to trust that person.
They just like teaches you one-on-one, not like the other things you read out of a book, and the teachers in the board writing stuff.
I bumped into the Met, man. And the Met bumped into me, you know? It was fate. Met for each other, you know what I mean? I had the Met, you know, I had Chris. A lot of kids in the other schools don't have that, you know? They don't have that attention.
Now it's like I could talk like without being nervous like I used to be and stuff. And now I'm more involved than I was before, because before I like didn't know things. Like I had to ask people like, what's going on? Now I find it out for myself. My family is more involved in the school. They can come in anytime and speak to the principal, you know, something that you don't see very often.
Well, my first individual project was on housing money distributed. If you buy a $500 dress, the gross margin of the store is $375. Then over here, if it's $450, the gross margin that the store is making is $337.5.
You know, she worked with the first woman Supreme Court justice in this state. These were all women of color that she worked with that were great role models for her.
I want to come to the school so that I'll pursue my dream of being what I want to be. You know, if I'm interested in music, my first year at the Met, I would call recording studios up, and that's the way I would do it. Pursuing it, you know, going after it.
He is far more mature than he used to be. I think he has a better sense of who he is, what direction he's headed.
The Met was a great school for my son Juan. It helped him grow a lot and focus more into school.
I think the Met has definitely prepared me for life after high school, from the opportunity of deviating from my advisory and going by myself to a college course, to working in an internship with a whole group of people that, you know, you get to know and you work with.
I think Grace has some very distinct strengths. One of them I find to be her analytical ability. I think she could step out there into the big world and compete in practically any college that would give her an opportunity, successfully too.
What the Met does is we take students and start with their interest, get them motivated to see if they want to learn something by putting them with adults who have a similar interest to themselves, develop that relationship and develop work around that relationship. Then, when they're interested and ready to take more courses or more classes or pursue that work in greater depth, we allow that to happen.
Now for the job, did you apply for it or they gave you it?
Nobody hands you anything on the silver plate. I mean, that's you have to learn that. Basically, know that whatever it is that you want to do, it takes a lot of effort on your part to get wherever it is you want to be.
Well, the Met has most definitely helped finding career possibilities because of the internships. If I never would have gotten an internship with a secretary, maybe I still would have wanted to be a secretary for the rest of my life. Well, if I hadn't gone to my internship with a doctor, maybe I wouldn't have developed that or found that I did have that interest in medicine.
The Met curriculum is right for Priscilla in the sense that she got to design her own curriculum and make it right for her, because she's so responsible and she loves to do good work and she loves to help people and she loves to learn, and I don't think you could ask for anything more from high school.
I think that the Met is right for all kids who have interest in something. It could be cooking, it could be law. I think that it's good for those type of kids who have aspirations.
You wanted, hold on, just wait a second. So you wanted to translate?
Yeah.
For people?
Yeah, that's what we never know what we're going to find when we get to the emergency room. It could be a patient who's bleeding, who's been in a car accident, or was just beaten. So we really have to be very, very specific when we get the questions back and forth and explain to the doctor, because we don't know what it is.
When people ask me if our kids are prepared, I know our kids are tremendously well prepared for the real world. I know they know how to get places on time, they know how to get things done, they know how to deal with adults, they know how to talk on the phone, they know how to write. They're going to do, they're kind, considerate, they're going to do well.
Esa es la chinita que...
Que yo te lo dije, Lea.
We are at the beginning.
Also got myself into a leadership.
I've had so many positive experiences.
We're going to start off with the first verse.
If you have love for the Met deep within your heart, could somebody say yeah?
And this is especially to my class and all the underclassmen, all right? Yo, let me tell you something. No, I'm not fronting. Without my school at this age, for real, I would be nothing. That's something. Does your school have you thinking like that? Do your teachers have your back? Are you still worried about GATS? That's whack. My school is safe. Oh, I'm sorry. Our school is safe.
We have been the soldiers, the ones who stayed and worked hard for this precious moment. The payoff is that we have become lifelong learners, not just high school graduates.
Rice is a natural leader with a penchant and talent for law. 7 college classes later, she's almost completed the requirements for a paralegal degree, but why stop there? She interned with the Attorney General's office, but she wants to know, how much higher can I go? Her first internship with Mary Harrison at the Rhode Island Children's Crusade was a springboard for Risa, and she has thrived.
We now present you the first graduating class of the Met.
Being this far from home, I don't know if it's going to affect my family, but it'll affect me because it'll allow me to expand my horizons, expand my friendships with people.
Coming to a college with a person who you're used to is definitely a good thing, because, you know, when one procrastinates, the other is like, okay, nope, you can't do that.
I'm just trying to figure out what courses I want to take and what I want to learn about.
I'm still interested in medicine, but at the same time I want to take a break from all the lab, and I'm happy taking like sociology, things I hadn't thought about taking.
Being at the Med just taught me that you have to be a lifelong learner.
You know, the Med has always been there supporting us, and I'm really glad that I made the decision of attending the Med and pursuing the lifelong learning that Rice is talking about.
It's the world, Chico, it's the world. I want the world, you know? It's definitely here for the taking. And I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna put it in my pocket and keep it there.